Hey lovely one, Lauren here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so happy to have you here. This practice is a mindful movement practice and it's one of my favorite classes to sequence, my favorite classes to practice, and it really is about cultivating that deep sense of awareness, which we tend to focus a lot on obviously in yoga, but we tend to focus on it more within a pose. So say we're holding a warrior two, we've got that deep awareness where we're thinking about how our body is feeling, we're noticing the sensations traveling throughout the body, but then we transition and that awareness is lost. And then we find that awareness when we move into the next pose. Say it's a reverse warrior. Okay, so we lose the focus as we transition, and then we find it again once we're within that pose. In this practice, it's all about the transitions being as much of a key part of the practice as the poses are. And it kind of turns the practice into a little bit more of a dance around the mat. We flow seamlessly from pose to pose, connecting them all together, and that awareness runs throughout. And by the end, or as we repeat the sequence a couple of times, we don't really need to think about what the body is actually doing in the moment. We just know, and we're just carried through by the breath from one place to the next, and it's that real smooth, easygoing flow, if that makes sense. So that's what we're going to be practicing today. I hope that sounds okay. This practice is for all levels, so even if you are a little bit new to the practice, you'll still get on absolutely fine. Feel free to pause the video at any point if you need to kind of catch up with anything, but I am going to be breaking it down as always. Okay. So you don't really need anything particular for this practice, just a little bit of space. You can always throw some blocks in there if you need that little bit of support, and I'll perhaps give options for a few things that may crop up. But let's start seated, let's soften through the shoulders, simply arrive onto the mats. And actually let's take the palms of the hands down towards the knees, close the eyes if that feels okay, if you feel ready to. Let's just start to settle into this moment, into the breath. By that doesn't mean we have to do anything particular with the breath. First of all, just settle into your own familiar pattern. Notice how the breath feels today as it perhaps travels in through the nose, down the throat, deep into the lungs. And then also, how does it feel on its journey back out? Notice maybe the texture of the breath. Does it feel smooth today, or maybe it's quite stop-start here and there? Does the air feel fresh as it enters your lungs? Just notice. As always, starting to let go of anything that's not serving you. So any external sounds that might be kind of trying to pull your awareness elsewhere. Let's just bring it back to the breath. A steady inhale, steady exhale. As you sink that little bit more into your own pattern here, perhaps noticing how the body too starts to soften. You start to feel that little bit more grounded in the here and now. And don't worry if you're not feeling that quite yet. It might take a little bit more time. And start to deepen the breath just that little bit more. So taking that ever so slightly deeper breath in, notice the lift of the heart, the rise of the belly. And exhale, just letting it go. Beautiful. Maybe two more of those. Beautiful. One more time. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Let's, from here, flutter the eyelids back open. Welcome yourselves back into your little virtual yoga space today. Let's bring the palms of the hands together in front of the heart as a moment to acknowledge what we're here for, what brings you to the mat today, and that is just to move the body, connect to the breath, and cultivate this deep sense of awareness. Beautiful. And then from here, let's interlace the fingertips, push the palms of the hands all the way up to the sky, grow to almost like the first big stretch we have during our day, and we can have this little sway from side to side, this little wriggle. Might be a couple of clicks, a couple of cracks here as we start to just softly wake up the body. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in. And then as we exhale, let's flip the backs of the hands towards in front of you. As you round through the spine, tuck the chin towards the chest. Beautiful. See if you can push the backs of the hands away, a little round through the shoulders, so the shoulders kind of roll forwards as you separate those shoulder blades left to right. Beautiful. As we inhale, let's push the palms of the hands all the way back up to the sky, grow tall. And then as we exhale, let's cactus through the elbows, so the elbows come down in line with your shoulders and keep the heart lifted. Maybe you can think about squeezing the elbows back behind you. Beautiful. As we exhale, palms of the hands once again meet in front of the heart. Let's move through that twice more. So interlacing the fingertips, inhale, push the palms of the hands all the way up, grow, grow, grow. Little wriggle if we wish. And then as we exhale, rounding through the back, push the backs of the hands ahead of you. Beautiful. Shoulders separate left to right. Okay. Inhale as we rise all the way back up. Find that length. Maybe there's a little bit more space to grow. Exhale, release the hands. Cactus through the elbows. Lift the heart up to the sky. Beautiful. Palms of the hands come together in front of the heart just one more time. Take a breath in, interlace the fingertips, palms of the hands all the way up. And exhale, round through the back. See if you can send the breath in that space between your shoulder blades. Inhale, let's rise all the way back up. Exhale, release the hands, cactus through the elbows. One more inhale here. And then as you exhale, simply rain in the fingertips all the way down. Okay, let's gently transition into a little tabletop. So bringing the hands down towards the mat. Shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. Okay, let's begin to cycle through a few rounds of cat and cow, just noticing how our spine is feeling today. So as we inhale, let the belly drip down towards the ground, lift up through the head and heart, lift the tailbone. And then as we exhale, rounding through the back, tuck the chin towards the chest. And again, there's that broadening of the shoulder blades here. Okay, a couple more times. And you move through this at your own pace. So using your inhale to guide you into that lift of the heart. And the exhale to softly take you into that curve of the spine. And you can move through this a little bit more quickly if you'd like. Or we might just keep this slow, steady pace. Really checking in with how this feels in our body. In your own time, taking one more full round. Okay. Now this time as we inhale, let's add a little something on. So as we inhale, lifting up through the head and heart, let's also send the right toes up to the sky. So you're lifting the right knee away from the mat. Almost like you want your toes to touch the back of your head, and there might be quite a considerable gap here, that's okay. But we're squeezing the right heel towards our sit bone and lifting up through the head and heart. And then as we exhale, we drive that right knee in towards our chest, round through the back. So again, we tuck the chin, see if you can send your knee towards your nose. Beautiful. And then as we inhale, we simply repeat that pattern over and over. So it's just a little extension of our cat and cow. And as you add the leg in, you might find there's a little bit more space to move here. You can let the tailbone get maybe that little bit more involved. Okay. Without forgetting about the breath here. One more full round. Exhale. Beautiful. Drawing that knee in towards the chest, then looking to the outside of the right hand. See if we can softly step the right foot there. Beautiful. And we can give it a little assist, take hold of the ankle, wiggle it that little bit further forwards. You might also want to kind of lift the left knee, walk it back, slowly letting the hips sink that little bit lower down towards the mat. So coming into a little lizard lunge, opening up through the hips here. You could bring blocks underneath the hands if you want that little bit extra height. So if you're thinking about lifting up through the heart, let's think about dropping the hips down. So there's kind of this opposite motion through the upper body and lower body. So hips down, heart rise. But of course you might want to do both the same. You might want to also let the heart drop down by bringing the forearms down to the ground or to some blocks here. And remember, we're still warming up here, so we can wriggle, we can move, a little sway of the hips from side to side. Lovely, well done. Let's take one more breath. One more exhale. And then rising up, if you haven't already, let's push down through the hands and simply send right knee back next to the left, coming back into your tabletop, okay? And if you're using blocks, you might want to prop them to one side again. And then let's take a little puppy dog pose, so reaching the fingertips forwards towards the top of the mat. Hips stay high over the knees, and then we just melt the heart down towards the ground. Bring the heart down to a place that feels comfortable, so the forehead might connect down towards the mat, or it might be a chin or a cheek. I'm keeping my head a little bit lifted here, just so I don't muffle my mic completely. Beautiful. So lengthening through both sides of the body, feeling that gentle pull of gravity welcoming you to the earth. Take a breath in, and a breath out. And as we inhale, let's gently rise all the way back up, walking the hands back underneath the shoulders, back into that tabletop. Let's move back through our cat and cow. So again, as we inhale, dip the belly down, lift up through the head and heart, lift the tailbone. Exhale, round. As we come into this movement for the second time, there might be a few differences here. Okay, well done. And again, you're moving at your own pace here, so don't feel as though you need to match me completely here. This is your practice. Okay. And then when you are ready to, let's add in the left leg this time. So as you inhale, lifting up through the head and the heart, we send the left toes to the sky. Try to keep the left knee kind of parallel, so the knees kind of together rather than sending left knee out towards the left hand side. It's kind of pointing down towards the ground as you send those toes up and as you gaze ahead. Beautiful. Exhale, and again we round through the back, push the hands into the mat to create space as you drive that knee forwards. Lovely. Inhale, sending it up. And again, maybe one more round here. And then as you exhale, the next time you draw that knee in towards the chest, we look to the outside edge of the left hand and see if we can softly step the foot there. Beautiful. And again, assist it there if it needs that little bit of guidance, and we can stay exactly as you are. This might be already enough, or maybe we kind of walk that right knee back slowly to create space for the hips to drop that a little bit lower. And again, we can think about hips sinking, heart rising, and maybe finding those blocks underneath the hands. Lovely. Taking a breath. And maybe as we exhale, we might decide to let the heart sink also. So maybe the forearms come down, and they can come down to the earth or to some blocks. And you can use these blocks in so many ways. So if you find one elbow, perhaps on this side it's the left elbow that's kind of struggling to meet that platform, bring it up a level. Okay, so the blocks have kind of 3 levels: lowest, middle, and highest. So you might have a little play there. Find where you get the most support here. Take another breath. And an exhale. Beautiful. Rising up when you're ready. Again, we can place those blocks to one side. And then pushing down through the hands, lift up out of the hips and slide that left knee all the way back next to the right. Okay. And then from here, tabletop, let's tuck all 10 toes under this time. Inhale. Again, let the belly drop down, lift up through the head and heart. As we exhale, let's begin to press the hips back towards your heels and activate through the hands and feet. As we lift the knees, fly the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Just bear with me for a moment. I think it's time for this jumper to come off. Okay, so as you come into your downward facing dog, as always, we can have that space to wriggle. So thinking about lifting the hips high to the sky. Maybe there's that little sway, the hips from side to side. Pressing the belly back to the thighs. Beautiful. So as you push the hands down and towards the mat, it's almost like you're trying to send your weight back towards your feet here. Lovely, well done. Move as much as you need to. Take a breath. Take an exhale. Let's inhale to look forwards to the top of the mat. Bend the knees and steadily walk your feet all the way towards your hands. Take your time as you get there. Lovely. And as we come into our forward fold, let's hang out here for a moment, nice and easy. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. So the upper body is super heavy here. Releasing through the back of the neck. Let the shoulders roll forward slightly. One more breath in. One more breath out. And then as we inhale, let's bend through the knees and softly roll up through the spine. So gradually coming all the way up to the standing. Take your time. Don't feel as though you have to rush here. Head is going to be the final thing to lift. Then let's take this nice big shoulder roll. Inhale, lift the shoulders forwards and up. Exhale as you send them back and down. Beautiful. Notice how you feel as you come to stand at the top of the mat. Do we feel strong and sturdy here? Maybe we're feeling a little bit unstable on our feet. That's okay. Beautiful. Think about rooting down to the earth, crown of the head reaching up to the sky, and then let's take that nice big breath in. Sweep the arms all the way up, grow tall. And as we exhale, let's bring the palms of the hands down to heart center. Lovely. Now that same pattern of breath we did in seated, we're going to repeat it just briefly here now in standing. So we've got the palms of the hands together in front of the heart. Let's again interlace the fingertips. Inhale, push the palms all the way up, grow tall. And again, there might be that little wriggle side to side. And then as we exhale, a little bend through the knees. As you flip the backs of the hands to reach ahead of you, round through the back. So we tuck the tailbone under here. Beautiful. It's almost like you're hugging a tree, you're hugging a nice big beach ball. Okay. Inhale, let's rise all the way up. Push the palms of the hands up to the sky. And as we exhale, we cactus through the elbows. Keep lifting up through the heart. Keep squeezing the elbows back behind you. Exhale, palms of the hands come back together in front of the heart. Let's run through that twice more. Inhale, interlace the fingertips, rise up. Exhale, back to the hands, reach forwards, round through the back. Beautiful. Inhale, rise up to the sky, push the palms of the hands up. Exhale, cactus. Beautiful. Have an inhale here. Exhale, palms to hands come together one more time. Inhale, interlace the fingertips, rise up. Exhale, flip the backs of the hands forwards, round through the back. Don't forget that little bend through the knees. Inhale, we rise all the way back up. And exhale, we cactus. One more inhale. Exhale, palms to hands come together. Beautiful, really well done. From here, let's take a deep breath in just to reach up high. And then as we exhale, let's hinge at the hips and melt the heart forward. So we dive it all the way back down into that forward fold. Lovely. And as we come here for the second time, again, maybe there's that little bit more space to go. Okay. And then as we inhale, let's take a little halfway lift. So we bring our fingertips to our shins, rise up, flat back, send the crown of the head forwards, tailbone back, really thinking about finding that length through the spine. And then as you exhale, maintain that length as you fold. Okay. Let's bend the knees. Plant the hands down towards the ground and let's simply step it back into our plank pose. But as we come here, we might straight away decide to drop the knees down. So either way, knees down or knees lifted, you decide. Keep those shoulders over the wrists. Take a breath in. And then as we exhale, we might drop the knees if we haven't already to steadily hug the elbows in, softly come all the way down onto our bellies here. So see if you can land as softly as we can onto our mats. As we inhale, let's loop the shoulders up, back and down, rise up into either this kind of little baby back bend. It doesn't need to be kind of too deep here. That's as far as you want to go. Or maybe we start to push down through the hands, rise back up. Beautiful. Okay, so you come to a place that feels best for you. Keep the shoulders down and away from the ears. Take a breath. As we exhale, let's steadily ripple all the way back down. And then a teeny moment of strength here. Let's bend the knees, cross the ankles just above your bum. Keep hugging the elbows in. Take a breath. Exhale, almighty, push the ground away, rise back up to that modified plank, well done. Let's release the feet, tuck the toes, hips high to the sky, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Okay, so hopefully feeling that a little bit more warm, a little bit more connected to the breath. Let's start to move through this little bit of mindful movement. So take a breath, take an exhale. As we inhale, we're going to lift high up onto the balls of the feet. So we lift the heels up nice and high. We start to bend through the knees, rounding through the spine. The knees come all the way down towards the mat. Beautiful. We rise up into this tabletop. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Now from here, let's start by shifting the weight to the left-hand side. So into the left hand, the left shin. We're going to sweep the right leg back, right arm back, open up either into this kind of modified side plank, keeping the right toes to the ground, or maybe into a modified half moon, right toes lift off. Thinking about stacking right side body on top of the left. Beautiful. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. As we inhale, can we think about sweeping that right arm up and over? So right bicep is by your right ear. Exhale, you're going to start to draw right knee in towards your chest. Keep it lifted. Look towards the top of the mat. See how softly we can land that right foot all the way to the top. And again, you can use your right hand to help it there. Beautiful. From here, left toes tuck under. You lift the back knee. Drop the left heel down and then windmill the arms. Left arm starts, right arm follows. We rise all the way up into our warrior two. So you can see, hopefully, as eventually we come to learn the sequence a little bit more, all these poses just seamlessly tied together. So we're never in one place for too long, okay? So sinking into that right knee, arms finding that T shape, take a breath. Exhale. As we inhale, let's reverse it. Left hand down to the back of the left leg. Right palm flips up to the sky. Inhale, stretch those right fingertips away from you as you reach up nice and high here. Take a breath. Take an exhale. Inhale, we're going to come through warrior two. Then we're going to think about cartwheeling the arms back down. So notice how my right arm is lowering. Left arm comes up and over. Again, I'm looking to the top of the mat. The left hand comes back down exactly where it was. Right arm up to the sky, spin onto the ball of the back foot. So we come through this revolved runner's lunge. We have the same option with this back knee. We can keep it lifted or we drop it down. And in fact, we're going to drop it down in a moment anyway. So it doesn't matter where you choose. Just take a breath where you are. And a breath out. Beautiful. So if we haven't already, dropping that left knee down underneath the left hip. We're going to send that right leg back behind us, keeping the right side body stacked on top of the right. Hey presto, we're back in this modified half moon. Big inhale. Big exhale. Now from here, we're thinking about sweeping right arm up and over again. So right bicep by the right ear. And then bending in this right knee, can we circle the right arm back behind us? Maybe catching hold of the right ankle here. If the right ankle feels a little too far away, just pretend, keep reaching towards it, keep squeezing the right heel towards your sit bone, driving the hips out towards the right hand side, and who knows, maybe one day that foot might float into the hand. Lovely, well done. If you've got hold of the foot, see if you can kick the foot into the hand, lift up through the heart space. Beautiful, one more breath in. One more breath out. Gently release that right leg, right arm floats back up to the sky. Right foot lands to the back of the mat. Beautiful. Now imagine something's pulling you up by your right fingertips. We lift all the way up, turning to face the right long edge of the mat. Arms come into this T shape. We got the right leg long. Left knee is underneath us, supporting us. Beautiful. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. From here, right hand is going to float down either to the right side or the right shin. Left arm sweeps up and over into your gate pose. Maybe those right toes have lifted up to the sky. And as you reach this left arm up and over, really thinking about extending out through the left fingertips. Breathe into that left side body. One more inhale. One more exhale. Inhale, let's rise all the way up. Through that T shape, use your core, use your center to gently float left hand exactly where it was, back down to the top of the mat. Right arm sweeps up and over. We can keep the right toes or the right foot connected down to the mat this time. Think about pushing right side body up to the sky. Breath in. Exhale, right hand lands down towards the top of the mat, next to the left. Okay, we can swing that left ankle kind of to point back behind us here. So we've arrived here in this kind of three-legged tabletop here. So we're already kind of prepped here. So what we need to do is push down through the hands. We're going to push down through the right foot and send the left leg all the way up to the sky. Open three-leg dog. Beautiful. Okay. So from here, you're bending in that left knee. Let the left heel kind of fall heavy to the right hand side. And this time, rather than what I said earlier about left knee pointing down towards the mat, this time you can let that left knee open out towards that left hand side. Well done. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Let's inhale to lengthen that left leg, square off the hips. Exhale, left knee dives back in towards the chest. Shift the weight forwards towards your fingertips. Look forwards. Gently drop that left shin down towards the mat. Well done. From here, let's drop the right knee down. Maybe walk that right knee back a couple of times. And we've landed in our pigeon pose. We're not going to be here for too long, but this is kind of the final pose of the sequence on this side. So we can kind of indulge here for a few moments. Little sway of the hips maybe. Perhaps melting the heart down towards the mat. Let the forearms come down. Beautiful, well done. So let's be here for about 3 breaths. We've just run through it all the way on that one side. In a moment we're going to do the other side. Okay. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Really well done. One more breath. Okay. Let's think about pushing down through the hands as we inhale to rise back up. Tuck the right toes under, walk the right knee in a couple of times. And then pushing down through the hands and right foot, simply stepping left foot back next to right, downward facing dog. So we're back where we started almost. So have a little shake off the legs if you need to. Okay, let's have a little look on the other side. Full breath in. Full breath out. As we inhale, let's lift the heels nice and high. Lift high up onto the balls of the feet. Start to bend through the knees. See how softly you can land both knees down towards the mat at the same time, coming into your tabletop. So first time we shifted our weight to the left. This time we're going to shift the weight to the right. So we ground down through right hand, right shin. Sweep the left leg back, left arm back, stacking the left side body on top of the right. And again, you can keep the foot down or it floats off. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, can you sweep left arm up and over? So left bicep by the left ear. Start to bend left knee in towards the chest. Look towards the top of the mat. Softly land the foot there. Beautiful. From here, we tuck the right toes under. Lift the right knee. Drop the right heel down so we firmly secure that back foot behind us. Right arm starts to sweep up, left arm follows. Warrior two. Beautiful, well done. So as we arrive here, strong through the legs, sinking into that left knee. We can gaze perhaps towards the top of the mat or kind of in front of us, looking towards the middle finger of that left hand. Maybe take a breath in. Take a breath out. Beautiful, let's reverse it. Right palm down, flip the left palm to the sky. Inhale, reach up through the left fingertips. Take an exhale as we arrive here. And then from here, we inhale to come through our warrior two. So my left arm is going to circle back and down. Right arm is going to come up and over. I'm looking to the top of the mat. Gently land that right hand down to the inside of the left foot. Spin onto the ball of the back foot, sinking into this left knee. Left arm up to the sky, revolved, runner's lunge. Beautiful. And don't forget, you can straight away drop that right knee down, okay? Wherever you are, full breath in. Full breath out. If we haven't already, dropping that right knee down. Staying grounded through the right side body, we send the left leg to the back of the mat, keeping it lifted if that feels okay. Breath in. Breath out. Let's inhale to sweep. Left arm up and over. Can we from here start to sweep the left arm back behind us? Bend into that left knee. Keep reaching towards that left foot, lifting up through the head and heart. And again, if we can't reach the foot, just keep reaching for it. Or maybe the foot floats into the hand. And again, if we've got hold of the left foot, kick it into the hand. Lift up through the head and heart. Beautiful. Take a breath. Exhale. And if you're feeling super wobbly here, it's all good. Those wobbles are only making you stronger. Well done. Releasing that left foot. You can drop it down towards the back of the mat. Left arm reaches up to the sky. Now imagine, again, something's pulling you up by your left fingertips. So we start to rise and the right hand just floats away from the mat. We come through this T shape. Let's lift those left toes up to the sky. Okay, well done. Take a breath in. Exhale, left hand to left thigh or left shin. Sweep the right arm up and over into your gate pose. Beautiful. And again, we really extend out through those right fingertips. So rather than bending in this right elbow and just letting the wrist hang heavy, we keep reaching up and over. Beautiful. Breath in. Breath out. As we inhale, we rise, come all the way back through center, through that T shape. Use your core to steadily control right hand down towards the mat. Beautiful. And that left arm continues, it circles all the way up and over, and it also lands to the top of the mat. From here, we spin onto the ball of the back foot. We can swing that right ankle to point directly back behind us. So we're already prepped. We know where to go. So we grip down through the fingertips, push down through that left foot. Inhale as we take the hips high, take that right leg high, and open it out to your open three-leg dog. So again, we lift that right knee high out towards the right-hand side. Keep pressing the belly back to the thighs. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. As we inhale, let's lengthen that right leg, square off the hips. Exhale, right knee dives in towards the chest. Shift the weight forward. See how far forward you can drive that right knee. And then softly settle it down towards the mat. Well done. Let's drop the left knee down. Maybe wriggle it back a couple of times, finding a little bit more space, a little bit more heaviness in the hips to sink down towards the earth. And we're back in our pigeon pose. Beautiful. So this might feel a little bit different compared one side to the other. That's okay. The body isn't perfectly symmetrical, so there's always going to be these little differences here. And in fact, the more we kind of notice those little differences, or even notice the little similarities, that's just telling us that we're being present in this moment. We're noticing what's happening in our bodies. Lovely. Okay. So again, about 3 more breaths here. And if you want to stay upright with the heart lifted, be my guest. Or if you want to start to melt the heart forwards and down, that's totally cool too. Beautiful. So I'm going to run through the sequence, I think, just one more time. And this time I'm going to move that a little bit more quickly. So if you forget what's happening next to you, you kind of forget which arm is supposed to go where, it's all good. You can kind of make up your own little dance. Trust that your body knows where to go. Sometimes we can kind of overthink these transitions, especially if they're not if our body's not used to them. But let's just see what happens. And if we need to kind of repeat it, if we need to pause the video, maybe try again, it's absolutely fine. This is your practice. You can repeat it 3 times, 5 times, 10 times. All good. One more breath here. Exhale. Beautiful. Let's push down through the hands. Rising back up. Okay, so already prepped here. Let's tuck the left toes under. Walk the left knee in. So it's just got you, so you've got a little less way to go. Push down through the hands and left foot. Simply step right foot all the way back. Next to left. Into your downward facing dog. Beautiful. Let's have a little wriggle. Shake off the hips. Bend the knees. So we're going to do right side, then the left side, a little bit more quickly. And we're pretty much going to do them straight after one another. Okay, so we're going to be pausing less in between, or pausing less in the poses, and see if we can find that little bit more flow. Take a breath. Exhale. Inhale, we lift high up onto the balls of the feet. Exhale, we steadily start to sink those knees down. See how softly you can land. Beautiful. Inhale, shift the weight to the left. Right leg, right arm swoops back. Inhale. Exhale, right arm up and over. Right knee to the chest. Look towards the top of the mat. Can we softly step the right foot there? Tuck the left toes, lift the left knee, wind with the arms, rise up warrior 2, inhale, straight into your reverse, left hand down, right fingertips up, exhale here, inhale, we come straight back through, so maybe finding that sense of flow, left hand is going to come down towards the mat, right arm up to the sky, revolved runner's lunge, let's drop that left knee. Shift the weight to the left, send the right leg back, inhale. Exhale, sweep that right arm up and over, bend into that right knee, maybe reaching back, catching hold of the foot. Inhale here. Exhale, release the foot, send it towards the back of the mat. Inhale, we rise. See how softly, how much control we can rise up here. Exhale, right hand to thigh or shin, left arm up and over. Inhale. Let's rise all the way back up. Through that T-shape, left hand to the earth. Right hand follows, it also lands. We push down through the hands and right foot, left leg to the sky. And then open that left knee out towards that left hand side. Big inhale. Big exhale. Inhale, kick the left leg back. Exhale, left knee in towards the chest. Let's drive it forward, steadily lower that left shin. Drop the right knee. And then from here, taking a breath in to rise up onto the fingertips. Exhale, either staying or melting the heart forwards. Inhale, let's rise straight back up again. Tucking the right toes under, walk the right knee in. Left foot steps back. Next to right, downward facing dog. Back where we started, take a full breath. Exhale. Inhale, high up onto the balls of the feet. Bend through the knees. See how softly you can land them down towards the mat. We shift the weight to the right. Inhale, sweep the left leg back, left arm back. Beautiful, left arm comes up and over. Bend through the left knee. Look towards the top of the mat. See if you can softly step it there. Tuck the right toes, lift the right knee, windmill the arms through warrior two. Well done. Inhale, straight into your reverse, right hand down, left arm up. Exhale, inhale, come through. Beautiful. Again, we're looking to the top of the mat. Right hand comes back down, left arm to the sky. Beautiful. Let's gently drop that right knee. Ground through the right hand side, send the left leg back. Sweep the left arm up and over, you've got this. Bend into the left knee and maybe the foot floats into the hand. Take a breath in. As you exhale, gently letting go of the left foot. Left arm to the sky, and as you inhale, we float on up. Well done. Exhale, left hand to thigh or shin. Right arm up and over. Inhale, we rise. We steadily float that right hand all the way back down. Left hand eventually follows. Beautiful. Push down through the hands and that left foot. This time it's the right knee high to the sky. Open out into your three-leg dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen the right leg. Exhale, right knee in towards the chest. Drive it forward. See how softly you can land that shin. Drop the left knee down. Inhale, lift it through the head and heart. Exhale, either stay or melt the heart forwards. Inhale, rise back up. Beautiful. Push down through the hands, the left foot. Simply stepping right foot back next to left, and hey presto. That is both the right and left side done. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. From here, again, let's gently bend the knees, sink them all the way down towards the mat. You can keep the knees parallel, or you might separate the knees out to the side, untuck the toes, melt the hips back towards your heels. Take a little child's pose here. So options are you can either reach the fingertips forwards towards the top of the mat, or you might bring one hand on top of the other. Use that as a little platform for the forehead to rest on. Beautiful. And just notice how you feel now. That second round might have suddenly felt a little bit quick. That's okay. And if you want to repeat it again, it's absolutely fine. Sometimes it's fun to just kind of run through these and just see what else kind of crops up. Maybe there's a new kind of pattern that breaks out here, a new way of moving. Notice the awareness you have cultivated here. Notice how the breath feels. Allow yourselves to start to gently sink back down towards the earth. Feeling that welcoming pull of gravity welcoming you back down to the mat. It's always nice just to take a few moments just to ground after twisting, turning, rising up, lowering down, moving all sorts of different directions on our mat, but here we are in just this one place. And what do we notice here? Let's take one more deep breath in. One more deep breath out. And as we inhale, let's gently rising all the way back up. You can take your time here, so don't feel as though you need to rush at all. Maybe we kind of walk the knees in, and we might even have this little shuffle further towards the top of the mat. Let's swing the ankles to one side, let the sit bones come down. You can swing the legs all the way out in front. Okay, and let's just have this little hug, so keeping the knees bent, pointing up to the sky. Let's wrap the arms underneath the thighs here. Take a breath in to grow tall through the spine. And as we exhale, rounding through the back, maybe the forehead lands upon the knees. And again, we might notice this separation of the shoulders left to right. We might think about sending the breath into that space there. And it's literally like we're giving ourselves that little hug here. And you can stay exactly as you are. Or we might inhale to again lift it through the heart, create that little bit of length. Keeping this close proximity between your belly and your thighs, and start to slide the feet out in front. So coming a little bit more into a seated forward fold, and we keep squishing the belly up against the thighs. And you just come to a place that feels best. So if you want to be here, staying up high, that's where you stay. If you want to go that little bit lower, feel free to do so. So always remembering in these practices, it doesn't matter what the practice looks like, it doesn't matter what the poses look like. What matters most is how it feels for you. So if something doesn't feel right, so you have authority over your practice, over your bodies, to make changes, make adjustments, find what feels best for you. Wherever you are, take 2 more breaths. Slow, steady. And then as we inhale, you can gently rebend through the knees, slide the arms out from underneath the legs, roll up through the spine. And then from here, let's walk the hands back behind us, nice and easy, rolling all the way down onto your backs. Lovely, well done. Let yourselves just softly meet the mat now. And as you allow yourselves to kind of unfold here, and notice this kind of, again, the sensation of letting go as you kind of lay yourselves out to rest. There's this kind of letting go of perhaps any reservations we had about this practice, letting go of any mistrust in ourselves, knowing that we are fully supported here, we are fully capable here. And perhaps the hands comes to rest on a particular place in the body. They might land upon the ribs, the belly, or maybe it's the heart space here. And wherever the hands land, noticing that comforting touch, that reassuring touch, knowing that you are held here. And for now, for the next few moments, just allowing yourselves to breathe and be. There's nothing else you need to do, nowhere else you need to be apart from here in this moment. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Softly sigh out through the mouth. And again, deep breath in. Deep breath out. And final time, drinking in that clean, fresh air. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Slowly welcoming little bits of movement back into the body with the fingertips, the toes, the wrists, the ankles. Allow that movement to steadily build. You can take a stretch along the mats. Curl yourselves up into a little ball, whatever feels best here. And then ever so simply, when you're ready, choosing a side, left or right, and rolling to that one side. Using your hands to help you as we rise all the way up, finding that comfortable seat. Beautiful. Perhaps we come back to cross-legged or any seat you prefer here. Let's nestle the sit bones down and towards the earth. Palms of the hands land upon the knees. Let's slide those shoulders down and away from those ears. And as always, closing the eyes as we seal our practice today with the final blessing. May the sun bring you new energy by day. May the moon softly restore you at night. May the rain wash away your worries. And may the breeze blow new strength throughout your being. And may you walk through the world knowing its beauty all the days of your life. And with that, we bring the palms of the hands together in front of the heart. And we bow. Beautiful. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed that little mindful movement practice. Feel free to leave me any little bits of feedback in the comments below if you wanted to repeat the sequence a few more times, if you wanted me to break it down that little bit more. Do feel free to let me know, because I'm thinking I might do a few more of these practices in the next few weeks. So yeah, let me know. And don't forget, I will see you next week on the mat with another free practice for you. So I hope to see you then. Right. Bye. Mwah.